Hey buddies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon. It's our setup, play and review video for the game FantasyForm. This is by Lucas Gentry. This is a Button Shy game, and as you can see, it takes quite a lot of space. We are looking to play this game. It's a solo game only, although I did last play it cooperatively as a 2, so check out my cooperative and my solo playlists on YouTube. So in this game, we are looking to defeat a dark alchemist. We are an alchemist ourselves, and we only change our basic form into something like earth. We've got air, water, etc. down here as well, to be able to take on this dark alchemist. So in this particular game, we have a star here showing who we're fighting against, we have a star here showing where we're starting off at, and a guide showing us that in this particular game, on a novice or a beginner game, we started with 10 shards. 10 shards is basically your currency. You're looking to spend 20 currency as an example to be able to get something battle ready to fight that dark alchemist. So this is a game whereby we also start off with a torch. We have a health of 5 currently, and we also have some ongoing abilities. We have some tags which might be relevant as well. Let me talk to you about these various locations. We have the encounter row, which gives us a few things that's going to happen on our turn. We also have various things that we can purchase. We have various cards called the ethereal row, which are going to come down and become our new kind of story after each turn. So in this particular game, we are looking to see what we can do initially. So first off, we read the Outlands encounter. Strangely, the Outlands are peaceful and calm. Travellers venture forth. You may hire an available companion for 2 few shards than the listed cost. So I could get one of these guides, spend obviously my shards, and now I've got them. And in this case, we also have a pack size of 2, so we've got a torch, but we could take something else as well. And then we move down to this card, which says Forge Encounter. An itinerant cleric offers to heal your wounds. You may spend up to 3 shards to heal damage equal to the number of shards spent. Again, that's my health is 5, so it could be spent. And lastly, I can buy something. So I can buy something in the market, and that shows me the actual costs of things, how much they're going to cost for the respective different kind of things. So we've got martial essence, we've got shadow, we have got radiant, etc. What's then going to occur is we are then looking to move on to the final phase, which is we move from the Outlands phase, the Forge phase, the Market phase, and finally onto the Exploration. So if there are 2 or fewer cards here, we are going to go into the Rival phase, but as we have more than that, within the Exploration phase, we're going to discard the rightmost card in the Upgrade row, so that's this card here, and it's going to go into the discard pile. So that's going to go over here, and then what's going to happen is we're going to shift everything along. So these 2 cards are going to move here. This flips over, something else we can now buy. These come along, and then this card is going to come down here. As you can see, we might have got 20 shards by the time this comes around. So in a few turns' time, it might be available to purchase. And now we have a new Outlands encounter. For example, gain at least the most expensive essence if you have either of these symbols. And we do this one. So if you have more than 1 essence in your pack, you're going to lose 1. So we didn't want to have more than 1 essence. And then of course you can purchase stuff again. Again, as it's going to keep going on, we're going to have fewer cards until we have only 2 or fewer left. And then as you can see, if there's only 1 or fewer, you're going to discard remaining upgrades. All this is going to go. You're going to find your elemental form from the discard pile, so you need to make sure you've got it. Flip it over, and basically what's going to happen is we're trying to do damage to it and defeat it in a certain amount of times, otherwise we will lose. In the last game we actually lost. We weren't able to actually get enough currency to be able to fight it because of other things, such as we were being damaged, and we weren't ever to be able to flip this over to get it up towards 20. So this is a game which has been re-implemented. I can't recall the other name off the top of my head, but I know someone who does own it and has played it. What's really good about this is the fact that, for example, you may not attack in this form, and we know that, but once per turn you may look at the back of the rightmost card in the ethereal row. So it's something whereby you know what's going to come along, which is really useful. And as the guide down here, it does say, as you can see, just about if you can read that, once per turn you may move the rightmost card in the ethereal row to the left. So maybe you either know what it is because you flipped it over and then move it over here, or you have read the back of the card and you go, no, I don't want to flip it over, and you bring it down here. Again, the game's going to keep on cycling around. It's a very cyclical game. There's a huge amount of, I wouldn't say upkeep, but terms are very repetitive, not in a bad way, but what's going to happen is as you keep doing it more and more, you're going to start knowing maybe that what's on the back of this card. We now know that this card is going to, of course, be water, so we know where those kind of water cards are, or whatever it is to basically convert your form. So that is the game, a very good game. It does take a bit of space, and again, it does say about 30 minutes, but I think it's a bit longer than that. It's close to an hour, but very clever. I love the story narrative, how that keeps changing, and the fact that you kind of know what is going to come up next. I don't tend to read the next thing, but you generally see, for example, take 1 damage if you've got this, or unless you've got it. So you need to try and keep an eye out on your various items. Again, you have essences, so discard to reduce damage equal to an encounter or a rival. So those kind of things happen too. And yeah, you've also got this expansion as well. So we've got various other cards you can play with. So there's 3 different expansions presently, I believe. And over here you can see there's Frozen Over. So this is also got my micro games playlist, the Amass Games playlist as I mentioned, as well as that had a setup, play and review playlist. As always, let me know your comments best in YouTube, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Also head through to obviously the description whereby you can follow on the podcast as well. And yeah, I look forward to speaking to you again. But there'll be other games by Button Shy I'll be talking to you about soon. This is FantasyForm. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the game and back to the table.